Tick-tock. Check the clock. It's moving faster, relentless in its quest to stop us in our tracks. Can you hear it? Faster than my beating heart, thumping with anxiety, checking for the reaper over my shoulder who's on a bender, hell-bent on the hunt for those I love. Tick-tock. Time won't stop or take a break or hesitate to cut us off at the knees. Yet here we stand for what we believe can make a difference if we only let it flow. Today we take a stand for flow. For what we know is essential to the health of this thing we call our healthcare system. We stand for flow, for overcoming the inertia of standing still, pushing information out, transforming it from solid state to liquid gold, letting it go where it needs to go, flowing into the chasm, separating us from the quality we pay for but don't receive, flowing so the liquid data cascade and echo, making ripples of insight that concatenate to create tsunamis of knowledge. And so we organize ourselves into exchanges, every state and territory building its own story of how to make it this work in local circumstances, taking chances with taxpayer dollars that we could never afford on our own accord, trying to fix it on a massive scale, the brokenness of our system that we in our confessed complacency have grown to see as normal. Millions, nameless, faceless, suffering under the burden of a system uninspired to go the extra mile, are saying enough. I have a name. I have a voice. I have a face. I take a stand. Here I stand. Just one example of a man among millions, with a family lost in this maze. With a father who died from cancer, of his phantom prostate that had been removed 20 years before. No PSAs for 20 years. Why test for something long removed? Maybe because there's a chance it's not all gone. Maybe the data are all there to know the answer of whether it would have made a difference. This one simple test. Here I stand, just one example of a man among millions with a family lost in this maze, with a mother slowly losing her way, keeping the memories of her youth, but forgetting those formed an hour ago. Her children, long away from their hometown, trying to connect the dots of her care by remote control. Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. Doesn't reach to Atlanta or DC. So we rely on old technology of phone and fax, which isn't up to the task, as she rides from assisted living to hospital to rehab and back again, while her medical records struggle to keep up the pace. Here I stand, just one example of a man among millions, with a family lost in this maze, with a young son who enjoys good health, but has already faced the surgeon's scalpel, at an age too young for his memory to recall exactly why he has that scar on his back, or know his kidneys lack the full capacity others take for granted. How will he know, when he comes of age, what this means for him? His records passed down from his elders like an oral history told around a campfire after a hunt for mastodons. Here I stand, just one example of a man among millions, with a family lost in this maze, with a wife who bravely faces cancer number 3 in 30 years. Who alone carries the burden of coordinating care among dozens and dozens of providers who focus on the particular part of her they understand. Who alone carries the records from place to place, from year to year, from diagnosis to diagnosis, hoping she can keep it all straight so that at the very least they do no harm. Here I stand, one of the lucky ones, a man of means, with coverage, with knowledge, with friends, to make this system work. And I stand helpless to make this system work for those who are the world to me. Here I stand in a room of my heroes, who possess amazing superpowers to bend maze corners into straight corridors and change the flow from a trickle to a torrent. I don't presume to know what drives you, what compels you in the morning to forego another 15 minutes sleep and return to the battle, to do the heavy lifting, to add another line of code, to write another line of policy, to stand up and sign up one more to join the exchange, to solve one more problem, to make one more connection, to make it flow. But if you need a story to motivate, to steel your resolve, to press on, mine is here and free for the taking. Better still, forget my story and tell your own. Shout it from the rooftops, or whisper it to yourself only. But keep that picture sharply focused in your mind to give you the inspiration to do the work so we all can be one among the millions whose information flows.